Hi Julie, guess what? This is Holly, and she's making you a video. Yes, she is. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Since, actually, at the beginning of the summer, we talked about posting videos to each other to stay in contact and, like, say how our summers were going, and it was gonna be this really cool idea, so we had, like, a YouTube channel, like, called the Boo Boo Bears, and we were going to be so adorable about it, but then we didn't do it. So I don't think anybody's actually really surprised about the fact that we didn't do that. But this is me doing it now because I actually came home to an empty house and I thought, wow, rather than talk to myself by myself, I'll talk to myself via a camera. And that way it will feel so much more authentic. Yeah, anyway. So, I even made a list for the event, and even on the list, I put talk about the list on the list, if you can see that. So yeah, this is a pretty legit thing that I'm doing right now. Really there's nothing too big going on in my life, actually, because I lead a pretty, standard white girl American life. I'm not going to lie. But I am going to go see The Conjuring on Friday. I'm going to try it. I know you hate scary movies, but I think this might be a good one. And I was actually thinking that how weird is it that people like to go see scary movies with their friends? Because like I've been on a scary movie kick recently, and all I wanted to do is just like get a bunch of friends and sit around and watch like horrible things happen to people I don't know. And I don't know why that's a thing. It's like you're simulating going through a bad experience with people you're close with so that you can come out of it thinking like, wow, look, we got through that together. We simulated a bad experience and we got to the end of the movie. Aren't we cute? Like, is that like the reason why people like watching scary movies with their friends? Because like, I guess it's not that I wouldn't watch these movies by myself, but it's just, it doesn't have the same effect. It's not fun. Who watches scary movies by themselves? Unless you're like a serial killer or something, but like, what kind of movies do serial killers watch? Like, do they ever, why don't people have like questionnaires for serial killers to fill out so that we know like what to look at for? Like, oh, do all serial killers like to eat like Dunkin' Donuts, or do they prefer like Starbucks, or I don't know. I don't know. Like, what do serial killers talk about when they get together, all together at the same time? Like, would they try to slaughter each other? Would they just like try to outwit each other? I don't know. I actually don't watch Dexter. I probably should. I don't know why you keep thinking about serial killers. I'm sorry, this video was not supposed to be about serial killers. I'm not a serial killer. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know why that was, like, I posed that as a question. Like, yes, I might be, but this is just embarrassing now. Okay, I'm moving on. Anyway. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to go see The Conjuring, hopefully with my friends. And that will be a lot of fun. And actually, one of my friends told me that there's like, okay, so you know how people have like their universal fears, and like one of the universal fears is like spiders, because like in the like ancient humans or whatever, if you got bit by a spider, like you would die. So it's kind of like ingrained into our evolutionary memory of like, don't mess with spiders, or like thunderstorms. People are scared of thunder because like if you got struck by lightning, your house would burn down and, it would just suck. So, now, even though those things aren't necessarily problems for us anymore, they're still like fears engraved into our fabric of our being. Well, one of the fears that are like universal are things with like sunken in dark eyes, pointed teeth, and pale skin. That's a universal fear. Oh, actually, can you hear my bed squeak? Like, okay, never mind. I just forget about it. So yeah, so sunken in eyes, pointed teeth, and pale skin. And it's like, what happened to us like so many years ago that would make that a universal fear? Think about it. Keep thinking about it. Are you terrified yet? Because like, what? Like, that's so crazy. Like, were there actually creatures? Like, what if White Walkers are real? Well, I mean, like, like, or something like that. Like, some sort of, like, creepy, specially human thing, or alien type creepiness. I don't know how this stuff works. But I just keep thinking about it. It's like, oh, that is terrifying, because if something had, like, dark sunken eyes and pointed teeth and pale skin walked in here, like, even if he handed me, well, no, if he handed me a cup of coffee, I'd probably be like, oh, you're such a nice guy. But, I mean, if he tried to, like, suck out my soul or something, I probably wouldn't be too keen on it, is my theory. But anyway, yeah, that's really all I had to talk about. Just the fact that I think it's weird that people like to see scary movies as groups. And oh, also, if you like heard that like people like if you do something on on a date that like increases adrenaline, like going on roller coasters or going to see a scary movie, like people like mistake their feelings of like, oh, my heart is beating so fast, I'm in love with this person, with like, oh, I'm scared for my life. So, I think that's also pretty interesting. Like, is that another reason? Like, we're like, oh, we're so excited to be with these people. Like, look at all our adrenaline. And then really it's just, we're just sitting around watching a scary movie together. I don't know, but regardless of the situation of why people like to watch scary movies in groups or by themselves or never or always or I don't know. I've been on a kick, so I will be watching scary movies, and that is my life up to this point. I hope you enjoy this video. I feel really awkward, like I don't even know, like, is that like a substantial video? Like, what does a substantial video even contain? Like, is that representative of my summer? Like, do you just think now that all I've done this summer is think about serial killers and watch scary movies? Because that isn't my summer. Though it's a little bit of my summer. I don't know. This is really hard. I probably should just say goodbye because I'm rambling at this point, but rambling is my life. See, this is why, okay, no, never mind. I shouldn't be allowed to talk. Like, no, I should never. Okay, bye. I hope you're having a great summer and I hope you reply.